Welcome to Module 4, the last module for this class. How adults in a child's life can help prevent suicide. In this module, we will be focusing on the role of non-parent adults in suicide prevention, such as teachers, coaches, relatives, mentors, neighbors, anyone who interacts with kids regularly. You don't need to be a mental health professional to make a meaningful difference. What you do need is awareness, steadiness, and the willingness to show up. In this module, it's about practical relational strategies that help keep kids safe and connected. Suicide is one of the leading causes of death among young people, but prevention doesn't start in a therapist's office. It starts in everyday interactions. Kids are surrounded by adults who see different parts of their world. Teachers see academic changes, coaches see motivation shifts, relatives hear offhand comments. When these adults pay attention and respond with care, they create a safety net that can catch warning signs early. Protective factors are the conditions that buffer kids from stress and reduce suicide risk. These aren't abstract ideas. They're things adults can actively strengthen. Belonging, supportive relationships, emotional regulation skills, identity affirmation, and safe environments all matter. Think of these as the roots that help a child stay grounded even when life gets hard. Connection is one of the strongest protective factors we have. Kids don't need grand gestures. They need consistent, warm interactions. Remembering their interests, showing up to their events, checking in after a tough day, these small moments accumulate. They communicate, you matter, I see you. That sense of being valued can be life-changing. Identity affirmation is a major protective factor, especially for LGBTQ plus youth and kids facing discrimination. Using a child's chosen name, intervening in bullying, and avoiding assumptions about gender or culture all contribute to safety. Affirmation doesn't require agreement, it requires respect. Rejection, even subtle, increases risks. Affirmation reduces it. Kids learn emotional regulation by watching adults. When you name your emotions, take breaks, ask for help, or use coping strategies, you're teaching them how to navigate stress. Modeling is powerful because it normalizes help seeking and reduces shame. I can remember when my father died. My children were very young, and I was very close to my father. And the doctor said, you need to cry in front of your children because that gives them permission to cry. I will never forget that. No single adult can meet every need, but a network of caring adults can. Encouraging involvement in activities help build friendships, connecting families with resources. These actions widen the circle of support. A child who feels connected to multiple adults is less likely to feel trapped or alone. If a child tells you they're thinking about suicide, your job is to stay with them. Thank them for telling you, and involve caregivers or school professionals immediately. Don't leave them alone if the risk feels high. Follow your school's protocols. You don't need to diagnose or solve the problem. You just need to ensure safety and connection. These are common pitfalls that can unintentionally increase shame or isolation. Don't dismiss or minimize their feelings. Don't interrogate or pressure them to explain. Don't promise secrecy, and don't leave them alone if you're worried. The goal is to keep communication open and ensure they're connected to the right adults. The core message in all of this is simple. Every adult can help create safety, belonging, and connection. Small actions matter. Consistency matters. You matter. I want to thank all of the coaches, librarians, social workers, family workers, anybody that is connected to a child through school, entertainment, groups. I want to thank you for recognizing your students, recognizing who they are, and recognizing their mood swings and talking to them about it. You will never know how many people you save by suicide if you use just these common sense and connecting with our youth. Someday, a student may come up to you and say, "You saved my life." I had a student, after a suicide, a group got together and we did kind of like a support group. And I went back a year later just to see how they were all doing. And one 10th grade, big football-sized guy came up to me. And he said, "I want to thank you. And that night, you told me it was okay to go see a therapist, that there was nothing wrong with that. And that saved my life. I wanted to take my life." And those are things you don't ever forget. It just makes you want to protect kids more, I think. So thank you for listening to this class. Thank you for taking this course. And I'm here if you ever need to talk or to ask questions. So the next steps is to answer discussion questions and continue the discussions from all modules. You have until the end of the 4 weeks to continue those discussions. Take the quiz, get 100%. Then I want you to write a reflection paper and send it to me. And I want this reflection paper to be about what you learned in this class and how you're going to implement what you learned into your professional and personal lives.